I love the Kirby series for a lot of reasons, one of which would have to be the flexibility of the look and feel of the games. One moment, Kirby can be walking through a happy forest filled with cherries and love, and the next minute, he finds himself in a disturbed land of darkness and pain. This makes for a huge variety of bosses and mini-bosses to fight against, some of which are great, some not so good. However, I'll be focusing on the good boss fights in this countdown, as I present my top 15 Kirby bosses. Though, before I start, I do want to say that this is my personal opinion. I may like bosses you hate, and hate bosses you like. So, please respect my opinion. Here we go. Wispy Woods. How often have we seen you in a Kirby game? 30, maybe 40 times? But seriously, Wispy is a classic when it comes to bosses, usually appearing as the first boss of the game. Being the first boss, though, he is extremely easy to fight. He's off to the side of the screen, and he can't move, which makes him a really easy target. The Kirby 64 version of the fight was pretty cool, though. I enjoyed the fight with the computer virus mainly because of the strangeness of it. It seems to mimic turn-based RPGs, which just shows the flexibility of these bosses. Seriously, can you think of any other game series where you can fight computer windows in a cave? Yeah, I didn't think so. Heavy Lobster is on the list mainly because of the coolness factor. I mean, come on! He's a freaking robotic lobster with flamethrowers and mini Heavy Lobsters. How cool is that? To me, HRH, or HRE, is the better but not as cool brother of Heavy Lobster. I like the fight a lot more because HRH is actually smart and stays in the background, which means you have to wait for its arms to come into the foreground to attack. Then, once you blow up its arms enough, it reveals itself to be a transformer as it turns into HRE. Then you have to launch its missiles back at its face and blow it up once and for all. I just love how the fight feels overall as you destroy the rampaging robot piece by piece. Oh, and HRE looks like Heavy Lobster! Pix is another example of one of those bosses that's just bizarre because it's a set of 3 crystals which uses geometry blades to slash at Kirby throughout the fight. The beginning of the battle is different from most other Kirby bosses because it's a diabolical game of jump rope. Another thing about Pix that I like is that it does the idea of multiple enemies well. Each crystal's attack has their own twist on it, and they have each their own set of HP. Not like a certain annoying dragon I've battled. I just had to put these guys in here, being such a fan of the Smash Bros. Games. I remember my first time reaching the boss chamber at the end of Candy Constellations. Having fought Master Hand as a mini-boss throughout the game, I was excited to finally get to the big battle. To me, this is the real fight against the Hands, because Kirby gets to use his entire arsenal of powers, not just the Smash Bros. Ones. This makes me feel like Kirby is throwing everything he has at Master Hand and Crazy Hand, making the fight feel complete. Metal General is on this list because of all the surprises you encounter when you fight this guy. At first, he has ordinary attacks of any Kirby boss. Charging, projectiles, things like that. But once you get to half health, Along with that, in the EX fight against the boss, once you beat Metal General, he summons his giant robot buddy to destroy the living daylights out of you. On top of that, Metal General looks pretty awesome. Of course, not as awesome as Heavy Lobster. Meta Knight is a classic and a good boss, all packed into one. He first appeared way back in Kirby's Adventure, and he's battled Kirby in a lot of games since. What I love about the fights against Meta Knight is that the fight seems more evenly matched than a lot of other bosses. What I mean by that is that it seems almost like a Smash Bros. Fight, and not Kirby going and destroying some massive monster. I feel like this helps show Meta Knight is an actual character, and not just a monster sent by the main villain of the game. Meta Knight's distinctiveness as a character is what puts him at the number 8 spot. Now, there are a lot of DDD battles in the Kirby series, but I think the best fight out of them is against Masked DDD in Kirby Superstar Ultra. It's actually a little difficult due to DDD's fast attacks and the electric barriers around the battlefield. In a Kirby game, I honestly really enjoy some difficulty in the bosses or levels, which is why I have Masked DDD on here. Come on, who doesn't remember Marks from Kirby Superstar? You know, the backstabbing moron who got Kirby to summon Nova just so he could steal Kirby's wish and take control of Popstar? Yeah, that Marks. Well, along with Marks' story, the fight with Marks is pretty cool too. I especially like his soul form, as it really shows his inner insanity. Though, there's that scream when you beat him.